host, Casey, talking about all the important news and everything you need to know about your Seattle Seahawks.
All right, good evening, Hawks fans. Welcome back to Hawk Talk. Man, for all you night owls out there, I thought I would just get a quick update out. There's a lot to talk about. Clearly, folks, after the rainy win on Sunday against the New England Patriots, don't say I didn't tell you it could happen, because boy, golly, did it happen. And I bet you there were about 100 times during that game, if you watched, which I think we all did. Even you can't escape the replays. It just didn't seem like we even had a shot to win that game, did it, folks? But somehow the good birds found a way, and the 12th man had the stadium quaking, and the Seahawks beat the New England Patriots on Sunday, 24-23. My voice is hoarse. I'm sure 67,000 other people's voices are hearse. We put the Patriots in a hearse and sent them packing to New England. Let's just go standard format for a Hawk Talk. I'm really fired up, guys. We've got a game on Thursday, so we got to get this out quick. For all you night owls out there, here we go. Let's talk about the good. Seems like every week we're talking about Mr. I think I'm going to start calling him Sir Richard Sherman. We just say that name every week. Cornerback for the Hawks. He put a hurt on New England wide receivers all day, doing the signature stab move at the line that's really getting in the heads of wide receivers, and also just throwing off their routes. He had a big interception and was in Tom Brady's head all day. You may have seen in the news that he's been kind of in the headlines for trash talking Tom Brady. There's some great pictures out there of Richard yelling at Tom Brady after the game, sort of asking him for clarification on some of the trash talk that he had been giving the defensive backs of the Seahawks all day. Put Tom Brady in his place. He's player of the game in my opinion. Besides maybe the kid who I made a campaign for since week 1, Russell Wilson, rookie quarterback for the Seahawks, with his deep balls over the top. 3 huge touchdowns in the air. I counted 4 passes of over 40 yards. Just huge improvement. Really what we needed to win the game. And, man, just incredible game for Russell Wilson. I saw he put up 30 fantasy points. Not like we really care about fantasy here on Hawk Talk. But, those are big numbers, huge numbers. Almost 300 passing yards. Man, what a day for Russell, and we're all really proud of him. But I think that the game that you have to credit Russell Wilson, but 50% of the game belongs to our bend but no break defense, especially in the red zone on Sunday. So huge for us. You had Tom Brady throw for a career high of 57 passing attempts. So that goes to show we took the run away right from the bat. We even injured one of their running backs, Brandon Bolden, New England's running backs. And we basically we dared Tom Brady to throw at us all day. And he did. He did a great job. Some of their wide receivers had huge plays. Brandon Lloyd was all over the field. Wes Welker was giving us headaches. But we only gave up 6 points in the second half. Really nothing in the red zone. And, man, it was a great feeling. We put some big shots, especially Cam Chancellor. Some of our defensive backs put big shots on Rob Gronkowski early, Wes Welker early. Cam literally rocked Wes Welker's world a few times. So that was really, just great. Threw off a lot of wide receiver rhythm. And I think some of that led to, besides the pressure that some of our defensive line was putting, not a lot of sacks on the day, but the intentional groundings that Tom Brady was penalized for. He had 2 in the game, which is almost unheard of. Game ball has to go to Bobby Wagner, the rookie linebacker out of Utah. 14 tackles on the day, which is huge. 2 under the rookie record for a Seahawk player. On pace to tie or break the rookie record for most tackles in a season, including one of his biggest tackles had to have been the stop on 4th down, the last play of the game for the Patriots. stopping Wes Welker 2 yards short of a first down that would have allowed the Patriots to get in field goal range potentially. Got to give some love to my man with the big boot, John Ryan, punter for the Seahawks. A couple 60-plus yard punts. Great day. Sure, he had the strange drop in the rain. That could have been a huge boost for the Patriots. But fortunately, the intentional grounding at the half ran out the clock. Really interesting end to that first half, Hawks fans. I'm sure your hearts were racing like mine. That cool trick play, man. I think it was the fourth quarter. Might have been the third. I think it was the fourth. Where Sidney Rice gets a pitch and throws a beautiful spiral. I mean, Sidney Rice should be the emergency quarterback if you're not looking at Mike Robinson, the fullback, who did play quarterback for Penn State in his college days. But he put a bomb on Golden Tate, and Golden had it right in his arms, and dropped it. Fortunately, pass interference was called, and we got to move the ball up. Didn't end up in a touchdown, but man, really put a fire back in the CenturyLink crowd, and it was just a really cool moment. Pats, like I said, were 1 for 6 in the red zone. Such great defensive stands in the fourth quarter. The last 2 series for the Patriots, they had 2 3-and-outs, and they'd only had like 2 or 3 3-and-outs their whole season coming into this game on Sunday. So, I mean, just incredible defensive effort. Let's talk about the bad. There's not a lot of bad. We ended up winning the game, and it was just a terrific milestone win for our season. We did get our run game plugged up. Brandon Spikes, linebacker for the Patriots, had a few plays where he just bolted in unblocked and cracked Lynch, and that happened a few times. Coach Pete Carroll said that was a very interesting move, and Patriots are known for interesting moves that catch you off guard. So, hey, maybe it wasn't Lynch's best day, but it seemed like all they were focused on was taking away the run. Trufant on Welker. Marcus Trufant, our veteran cornerback on the Seahawks, was covering Wes Welker for most of the day. I didn't really like that matchup. I thought we maybe had some better players that could have been covering him, primarily in the nickel defense. It should be interesting when Walter Thurman III gets back, one of my favorite Seahawks players from last season, coming off the IR. Will be back probably at our next game, not San Francisco, but the game after that. So that could be really interesting. Earl Thomas got beat on that first quarter touchdown pass. He let Wes Welker get behind him, which is rare. I call it a bad, but how can you get down on Earl? If you're going to get down on Earl for anything, how about you get down on him for dropping 2 or 3 sure interceptions? That would have made the game a lot less interesting in the end if he would have taken... I mean, one of those interceptions he dropped in the end zone probably would have been a pick 6. You win some, you lose some. Earl, you need to get some glue on those hands, brother. Let's see, yeah, the botched punt, that was bad. Jason Jones roughing the passer play that after a stop on third down. Can't happen. It seems like every week we have a defensive lineman getting a roughing the passer on a big third down stop, allowing the other team's offense to keep going. I thought after that Zach Miller fumble in late in the game, I thought the game was over for sure. It wasn't. You got to keep faith, Hawks fans. This team continues to astound. They're always in it in the fourth quarter. It's just crazy. The Patriots game was one of the top 5 best Seahawks games I've ever seen. So it doesn't get any easier, folks. On 4 days rest, Thursday night, that's in 2 days. Just 2 days ago, this Patriots game was. We play the San Francisco 49ers at home. Division rival, debatably one of the top 3 teams in the league. In my opinion, it comes down to who's more prepared, who's more disciplined. The 49ers are coached by one of the most abhorrible coaches in the league, Jim Harbaugh, former Stanford coach. Kind of an awful pill of a man. Worse than Belichick, in my opinion, coach for the Patriots. The 49ers are coming off of a disastrous win at home to the New York Giants this past weekend. I think they're going to come out angry. It's like we're walking into an angry hornet's nest, folks. These Seahawks have got to play smart and we got to keep our quarterback clean. One of my most feared players on their team is Vernon Davis, an extremely athletic tight end. It's a challenge for any linebacker or safety to cover him. Don't be surprised if he has a couple of big catches in the game. Of course, we got to talk about Alex Smith, quarterback for the 49ers. He's a former number 1 pick, folks. He was kind of a washed-up guy, kind of debatably at the end of his rope when Jim Harbaugh came in as the new coach for the 49ers and sort of saved Alex Smith's career. They just re-signed him to a somewhat decent contract. So he's their guy there in San Francisco. And I think it goes to show what patience can do for a guy in your system. Patrick Willis, the linebacker to lead all linebackers, is on the 49ers. He's a leader on a monstrous defense, a captain on that side of the ball for them. That guy's giant and he's fast. Really scared of him. Don't be surprised if he's in our backfield, scaring little Russell Wilson all day. Also, perhaps another guy that could be wreaking havoc in your backfield if you don't put a helmet on him, or put a hat on him, as the old saying is Aldon Smith, second-year defensive end, had 14 sacks in his rookie campaign. Guy's terrifying, great player, love to have him on the Hawks. Unfortunately, we don't. He's on the other side. Keep an eye out for that guy. Gotta stop Frank Gore. Great running back for 49ers. He's given Seattle fits in the past, and we just gotta stop him. We gotta stop the run and make Alex Smith beat us, just like I think the 49ers are gonna make us do. It's probably gonna come down to who's the better quarterback on Thursday. 49ers went into their last game looking invincible. They got embarrassed by the former Super Bowl champs. Smith threw a few interceptions that weren't like him, but they came because he was pressured into bad decisions. Good cornerback play by the Giants. I think our Seahawks cornerbacks are better, and the great defensive line for the Giants just got in the backfield and pressured Smith into some bad throws, some ones that he'd like to take back. It's almost useless to try to run the ball against San Francisco, so it should be interesting to see how our great offensive line and running game tries to approach it. Tom Cable, offensive line coach for the Seahawks, is debatably head coach material, former head coach. What does he have up his sleeve this week? I'm dying to know. Russell Wilson will need to have his second best game of this season, coming off of his first best performance on Sunday. Does he have to be as good as he was against the Patriots? Not if our defense can stop the run and we can get a couple plays on Smith, but he's got to have at least his second best game in my opinion. We need good protection, pass protection. San Francisco hasn't been getting to the quarterback as much as they did last season, so you think that would be a point of emphasis for them, especially with the success that teams have had blitzing Russell Wilson. We have to contain the run game like we have. Stop Frank Gore. We have to pressure Smith and force him into bad decisions, make him beat us, just like the Giants decided to try and do. This is not San Francisco, just like the Seattle Seahawks have proven to be until last week, are not a team that are built to come back in games. Our defense has to essentially hold them to nothing. We need 3 or 4 big pass plays, and I'm thinking a big return by Leon Washington, kick return, punt, whatever it is. I think that would be a big boost for this team. The 49ers have been known to give them up this season. Let's see Leon run one back. Wouldn't that be terrific and such a good support to a team that is going to need a few plays to beat this 49ers team? It's a short week, folks. We got to root really hard. I'm going to go 17-13 Seahawks. We're going into Candlestick Park, one of the craziest stadiums in the league. We're going to need a great performance from our Hawks. I think we're going to get it. We're on national TV this week, folks. This is huge. All eyes on us. If these Seahawks win and beat the 49ers, mark my words, some power rankings will put us in the top 5 teams in the league out of 32, folks. As I always say, go Hawks. I'm going to put this up tonight for all you night owls. Thanks for watching Hawk Talk. Please share with friends, and go Hawks.